when we take individually each epithelial tissue, this is how the squamous epithelium tissue looks like. Can you see the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, you will find the common location is at circulatory system and respiratory system, basically. Okay, this is how the simple squamous epithelium looks under microscope. This is a single layer of cell. Okay. Now, when they are present at alveoli of lung, simple squamous epithelium, they are present at blood vessels. They are present at the blood vessel serous membrane. So they are called perichondrium and endocardium. So these are cardium and all related to heart. Okay, cardiac is nothing but the heart. So these are the different terminology. Endothelium is if they are present around blood vessels. Okay, and they are around the heart, they are called endocardium. And when they are around the membranes, pericardium. Okay, this is how the simple squamous epithelium looks like and its location. Then, so the first point we have to remember about cuboidal epithelium is there generally cube-like epithelial cells are present in single layer, and where they are present. So usually we'll find them in excretory system lining. Just concentrate. I'm going to explain the cuboidal epithelial function, why they are cube-like structure they have attained and why they are present at excretory system. Just recollect the structure of a kidney. You'll be having a bean-shaped kidney structure. Okay. Now this part, what we call? Any idea? This notch part, this part of kidney is called hilus, through which the blood vessels enters into kidney. Okay. What the blood vessels will do, they will carry the blood into the kidney. Now the blood will be with waste materials. What is this waste? The undigested material or the fatty junk food you have eaten. All those things will be mixed with blood after digestion. You know all these processes now? After digestion, absorption happens. Absorption means what? After digestion, the digested material will be absorbed into the blood. That's how you will get energy for growth. Okay. So all the material will not be digested. All the material which you have taken in will not be absorbed. Some material cannot be digested by the body, and that we call as undigested matter or waste matter. Even this waste matter may contain bacteria, virus and all. So they will be in blood. Because once the food is got digested, after digestion, the digested food will be absorbed by the blood. And that gets circulated throughout the body, giving energy through that absorbed food. Okay. So now blood is having the undigested waste material, which enters into the kidney structures. Okay. Now in the kidney, you will be having some structures like this. I hope you got the diagram, I think. Cortex part, medulla part of kidney, you read? I'm saying. So far, no doubt with this point now. The blood will be carried out with waste and undigested material through blood vessels from hilus. Hilus, this is the point hilus, into the kidney part. Okay. Now the blood entered into kidney. In kidney, we have a structure called nephron. This terminology you had to understand. It's there here in this topic. Nephron is nothing but a function of kidneys and excretory system is called nephrology. You heard the word nephrology? Nephrologist, the doctor. The doctors who consult about the kidney problems and all are called nephrologists. Why they are called? Because the functional unit, if you take this part, assume this part is called nephron. Like this, nephrons will be having so many nephrons in the kidney. Okay. Now what is nephron? Nephron is the functional unit of kidney. Now when you take the nephron, assume that this part is nephron and I'll maximize it. You'll be having three parts of nephron diagram. We are not much worried about the physiology here. If you take nephron, the nephron is composed of three parts. This is important for you here in this concept. The three parts of nephron here, this part is actual filtration part. Filtration of the blood. The undigested material is there along with blood. It came into kidneys. No, that's the pathway we are talking about. Now this undigested material will be filtered over here. After the undigested solid material filtered over here, they will move through tubules. So these are the tubules. Okay. After moving through the tubules, they will get connected to some ducts. These are called tubules. And this is something related to ducts. So these are the three parts related to nephron. So in the first part, filtration happens. Okay, I'm not going into the terminology. It may confuse you. So I'm just superficially explaining. So once the solid is filtered over here, the solid undigested material in blood will filter here. The remaining part of the blood in which some other liquid material are there which has to be filtered and some dissolved gases will be there which has to be filtered. They will move through these tubules of nephron. Now when you take the nephron tubule, this part and this part are of major importance. Here in cuboidal epithelium. So when you find cuboidal epithelium, that's the question actually. Cuboidal epithelium, you will find that proximal convoluted tubule. Convoluted tubule. This is the statement you are having in your syllabus. What is cuboidal epithelium position? Cuboidal epithelium you find in excretory system. The proximal convoluted tubule part of nephron. That's the statement. That's all they have given. So what is this convoluted tubule? You have to know. Why nephron point came over here? You have to know. That's why I'm explaining all this. Got it? So here what we are talking? The undigested waste which is there in the blood will be pumped or circulated into the kidney. And once it enters into kidney, the blood has to be filtered. So the filtration unit of blood in kidney is called nephron. That's the functional unit of kidney. You'll find various nephrons in kidney. Okay, like this. Then in nephron, the functional unit, you'll find numerous parts. Among them, the filtration unit where the solid waste of blood will be filtered. Then the blood with unnecessary gases and liquid matter passes through the tubule. Here this is the part proximal convoluted tubule. This part. Okay. Proximal always stands for starting point. So the starting point part of the tubule is proximal convoluted tubule. Then this is distal convoluted tubule. So we are not bothered about this, so I am not writing that. Don't get confused. Here only you will find cuboidal epithelium cells. The cube-like cells will be lining the proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, understood? Proximal convoluted tubule is part of nephron. So what is happening there? Filtration of blood is happening. Now when you take the remaining part, the next part of the tubule is distal. Distal means the end part. Okay. So here the remaining filtration happens and then they will move into ducts. These ducts are called collecting ducts. Okay. So after the blood was filtered, here it was filtered from solid matter, here it was filtered from unwanted gases and liquid matter. Then it will move into the ducts. So ducts are the collecting ducts from where the pure blood, so the blood without any unwanted material, will be distributed. So this is how it happens in kidney, the whole excretion process and purification of blood we call. Clear with the concept? Any doubt? Let me know.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the function of distal?
Distal convoluted tubule. Is that what you are asking, Bhumika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here you find the cuboidal epithelial cells. These cells will help in filtration process of blood, and at distal convoluted tubules also you will be having some cells, and at distal convoluted tubule you will be having some structures called microvilli. Actually this point is not to be talked about here, because in the next concept we'll find this. Anyway, this is related one. So good question. That's why I'm explaining over here only, so that the next concept will be easy for you. Microvilli. Microvilli, what they'll do is here, the whole process is filtration of blood only, isn't it? So here you will be having some elongated structures called microvilli. Is nothing but extensions. So what they will do is they will absorb. They will distal part, what are be the dissolved gases. Dissolved gases means like the best example we can say, see, because of pollution, the carbon dioxide gas, nitrogen dioxide gas, sulfur dioxide gas, we just inhale, isn't it? What happens to these gases? They'll mix with blood and they'll not be filtered. They'll not be absorbed. If they get absorbed, we may get kind of disease conditions. So they has to be removed. If the kidney is functioning properly, we're talking when the kidney is functioning properly, the unwanted dissolved gases will be absorbed over here as a waste. So microvilli are the extensions. They somewhat looks like this. I'll just show how the microvilli in the distal convoluted tubules will be there. We'll just draw the extension of distal convoluted. So assume that this is distal convoluted tubule. Okay. So in the distal convoluted tubule, you will be having microvilli like this. These are called microvilli. Microvilli. So villi are nothing but the extensions. They're not regular shaped structures like this. See, they will increase the absorption area so that it takes time. See, when anything moves in a smooth way like this through the cells, it goes fast. But it has to move in this way means it moves slowly, the blood. So it takes time when they move through the extensions. The blood takes much time, and during that time, absorption of unwanted material like the gases will happen. So the extensions which are called microvilli will find in distal convoluted tubule. Sometimes after proximal convoluted tubule also will find. Okay. So they will increase the absorption. They will help in more purification of blood actually. This is a part of distal convoluted. Proximal convoluted tubule term. So this is a new term I think. So remember that word, proximal convoluted tubule, because it's important. Then nephron, that word. Then if you could able to recollect, just remember this process. So why the shape is like that? Why they are present here? The cuboidal epithelium. This is all about cuboidal epithelium. Okay. So when you take the cuboidal epithelium. This somehow looks like this under microscope. Here, this is simple cuboidal epithelium. If you have any difficulty in understanding my accent of terminology, don't hesitate to ask, because it's biology and the terminology will be quite different to you. And being nouns, we can pronounce in either way. Okay? So, simple cuboidal epithelium, you'll have single layer of cube-like cells. So, this the purple color line they have shown. The dotted ones are the nucleus. In each cell, we'll having nucleus. Being animal cell, this is the prominent nucleus. Okay, that's it. I must discuss the differences. Because when a picture can be shown like this and can be asked to identify or can be asked to match. So then you have to be careful with the structure. Here the cube-like cuboidal epithelium. So this is how the cuboidal epithelium looks like under microscope. Okay. Then you'll find the cuboidal epithelium in kidney tubules. So the kidney tubule, this is what I had drawn. Okay. The one kidney part I drawn, and within the kidney you will have the convoluted tubule. So the ducts and all, they will have the collecting ducts. I explained it just now. So proximal convoluted tubule, that's the word actually, and the collecting ducts. They'll have the cuboidal epithelium. What they will do? They will secrete and absorb. Secretion and absorption. Absorption of what? The undigested or unused material. After that, the pure blood will be absorbed. This is what the simple cuboidal epithelium function related to excretory system. Clear?